this is what is the title of this picture, and we're going to go through letter Q. What are some of the vocabulary that we need to solve this problem?
So the variable.
Variables? What are variables?
Like 4 plus 2.
Okay, what's the variable?
X.
The letter.
Letter.
Letters used for what?
Unknown quantity.
Letters used to represent unknown quantities. Good. Quantities.
Wow, that's a big word.
Amounts. Okay, what's another vocabulary that would go with this? We're talking about the distributive property. How about distributive property? That might help. What do we do in the distributive property?
Work.
What does it do? Okay, so the distributive property is like this first one, 5 next to the parentheses. So what happens when you have a number next to parentheses? It's leaning against the parentheses doing what? It's going to multiply a number that multiplies what? A number slash variable, because it could be a variable out there, couldn't it? What does it multiply with? What do they multiply with? Because you know you're going to do rainbow with them.
What is that?
With
That what?
numbers or variables inside.
Parentheses.
Okay, numbers or variables inside parentheses. That's a good start. Parentheses. Okay? What do you know about this question before we start? That's a good start. I mean, there's a whole lot more to it, but it's not a bad start. We're just learning how to do our vocabulary words. What do we know about this problem before we start?
There is parentheses.
We're going to have to use the distributive property. There are parentheses. Distributive property. Ahead. Just like slide ahead. What else do you think?
We're gonna play that.
We're gonna what?
By what? And so the letter means.
We're actually gonna solve for x because it's an equation, not just an expression. We will solve for x equation. Okay. Critical thinking. First thing we need. Rewrite the problem. 5 times 4 plus 2x minus 8x minus 12 equals 68. And that's your given. Okay? What are we going to do next?
Add. Combine. Combine. No, take away.
Distribute. Oh, distribute. Good. Okay, so we're going to do the rainbow thing. But look, what number do you think is really here that we're going to distribute?
Well, 8.
What goes in front of this parenthesis?
5.
No, right here. The second one.
68. Oh, it's a subtraction order.
1. Isn't 1 always there?
Yes. One's the guy who never ditches you.
1's the guy that never ditches you. So negative 1 is going to go there and here. And remember that this is not minus, it's really plus a negative. So 5 times 4 is 20, plus 5 times 2x is 10x, plus negative 1 times 8x is negative 8x, plus negative 1 times negative 12 is positive 12 equals 68. And that's the distributive property.
Wait, is that a negative 1? What is What is that, like, after the
If you subtract, you're not just subtracting the parentheses. You've got a negative. It's a negative 1 times everything in the distributive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you're subtracting, you're not just subtracting 8x. You're subtracting everything in there, so you really need to distribute a negative 1. Now, what are we going to do next? Combine like terms. Okay? So it's going to equal 68. How many x's do we have, kids? 10x minus 8x is 2 x's. 20 plus 12, 32. Now, what did we do when we got 2x by itself? What did we call that? Isolate the variable expression. Okay, who's 2x hanging out with?
32.
32. Who's its opposite?
Negative 32.
Let's add negative 32 to both sides. So 2x equals 36. Now we're going to get x by itself. What do we call that? X by itself. What are we going to call that? Isolate
The variable.
just the variable. Good. How are we going to do that if 2 is multiplying with x?
You divide it by 2.
You divide it by 2. X equals 18. Yay, we solved it. Can we check it? You bet your sweet bippy. Okay, I'm going to grab a piece of paper and I'm going to say, okay, 5. Go back to the original problem. 4 plus 2 times 18 minus 8 times 18 minus 12. Is that equal to 68?
Yes, I can see your hair.
5 times 4 plus, what's 2 times 18? 36. Minus 144
I
minus
can barely
12
see your.
is that equal to 68? 5 times 40 minus 132, is that equal to 68? 5 times 40, 200 minus 132, does that equal 68?
Oh, right.
68 equals 68, we checked it. Check. What did you discover? What were your aha moments?
When we figure out the x.
When we solved it.
We got to find x.
We found x. I don't have.
But we got to find x. What else did you find out? Was that kind of cool? What about the negative 1?
Oh, yeah.
Distributing negative 1 is important. Did you find that would be important?